Hello and welcome everybody, I'm your humble host Gavin the Kitty, and today we are playing through Megaman and Bass. This is going to be a tough one today. I don't know how long we're going to be here, but it's going to be a tough one. So let me just get the music on so we can actually hear what we're doing. And we're good. Hello Ceiling Fan Collector and Robsky10. Sup. Welcome. There we go. So, and with me today is...
Hi everyone, it's me, it's Casey. I'm back again for another stream.
Yeah, that I had to wake her up twice for. Alright, so last time I said I was going to do a poll. We're going to do it this time because I actually straight up forgot to make it yesterday. So let's start a poll. Select your character. Megaman or Bass? And there is the poll. We're gonna run that for probably a little bit, for a bit while we wait. This is just who we're gonna be playing as. After this, we're probably not going to. We're gonna pick a predetermined path through the stages because this has a very different system than other Mega Man games. I know it says Rockman and Forte on your screen. I see that. I'd like for everyone in chat to vote, though, because this is a community thing. I'd like to let people do what they will. So, Casey, feel free to vote as well.
There's no way that is to me. I was sharing your link.
We got 4 votes already for Mega Man. Oh, 1 vote for Bass.
I was like, where's my love for Bass?
Oh, boy. Yeah, so... each character plays differently. I'll show off the other one at the end of the playthrough, just so you can see what's different. This is not an all-CD run. I will explain what the CDs are in a bit. The bottom test this is worse than the time I got GBA ported Mega Man Bass instead of the SNES one. Yeah, I feel that. Alright. I'm gonna give it probably another 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna end the poll and see who won.
Is this the Japanese version?
This is a fan translation that uses the Japanese names.
Okay.
So it is as close as I could possibly get to official, but you can still understand what's going on.
Okay, fair enough.
Especially since I'm not going to be reading out the dialogue like I did in the older videos. So,
Yeah.
we got about 5 seconds left.
I was majorly asking because, because I saw Forte and then Rockman.
Yeah.
It, threw me off.
Oh, yeah, I feel that. Dermuller, hi. Hello, the bottom text. Hello, everybody. And we're going to end the poll here. It seems like Mega Man has won, so...
Depression.
let's start with Rockman. We got the slide, the charge shot, and, he's the hero. He's the hero of the game, so... that's what we're working with. We're playing the Super Nintendo version because you'll pray for me? Thank you. So let's get into what this game is. I've been working through this series in reverse. I've already played and beaten this game before as Bass. I've never beaten it before as Mega Man, so this will be a first for everybody. This game came out on the Super Nintendo as a budget release, reusing most of the sprites from the PlayStation 1's Mega Man 8. In development, it was known as Mega Man 8.5. So you can see where it gets its physics, where it gets all of that. However, PlayStation sprites have vastly more color, more animation depth. You can do so much more with the PlayStation than you can the Super Nintendo. And that's not dogging on the Super Nintendo, that's just saying. That's just the truth. However, they downgraded all of the sprites, not by very much, to get them to fit on the Super Nintendo and look nearly identical for the hardware. So it's really impressive. But it didn't come out in the States because by that time it was 1998, 1999, and the PlayStation 1 was already out and doing quite well in the States, so it didn't get a US release until the Game Boy Advance port, where it then got pretty bad reviews in the Game Boy because of the screen crunch. What is Mega Man? Never heard of it. Mega Man is an awesome franchise that I implore you to check out with Mega Man 11 on PS4 and PS5 and Xbox and PC and Switch. Good game, I have 2 full videos going over the entire series called The Ultimate Guide to Megaman. If you haven't seen that yet, after the stream, I implore you, go check it out, because it's gonna go over it goes over all of the games and your best ways to play them and what's so cool about the series. Yeah, it is about a 12-hour watch, but it's worth it because you'll get a deep understanding of what makes this character a gaming icon and a gaming staple. We got a lot of chat, and I haven't even...
read it.
Yeah, I'm
So-
sorry.
No, you're good. Foxido says, heyo. The bottom text says, didn't someone say this game was gonna be a SNES port of Mega Man 8 at first?
It was never intended to be a SNES port of 8. It was always meant to subsidize 8 for the PlayStation. So essentially, for fans who still owned a Super Famicom in Japan, which was quite a number, who couldn't afford the PlayStation yet, they were like, we don't want to alienate the audience, so they bought it. Mega Man fans are on the SNES. X3 did pretty well. X2 did great. X1 did good. 7 did pretty well. Let's put this out and see what happens. So this was like, thank you for supporting the Super Nintendo. We're on the PlayStation now. So it was kind of like a, don't worry, you're good.
Oh my gosh, that is very gruesome. That reminds me of what happens to X in 1.
It's okay.
Not X, sorry, 0. Jeez.
It's okay. We have a Monty Python reference. 'Tis but a flesh wound.
Oh boy.
That is the actual translation. Bardoman goes back to Doc. Damn, you know a lot about this stuff. Yes, I do! I love this series with all my heart, and it's always been a pleasure to get people positive about this series. What's my favorite Mega Man villain? That's a hard question. Because I don't really know. I don't really have one, honestly. You made a joke on the top of the chat bar. Yes, I did. I read it out in my head. I just didn't want to read it out loud because YouTube's policies are still kind of weird. We're going to be overwriting my practice save. Don't worry, I've practiced with all of the characters. At least a little bit. I was kind of expecting Base to win. But that was the intro stage. So, this is how this game changes from Mega Man 8. We have 3 distinct paths instead of 4. Instead of the classic games, all 8s at once, we just have 3. So we have Cold Man, Astro Man returning from Mega Man 8, and Ground Man, which is a new boss as well. All of these bosses were designed by fans, and every person who designed a character in this game made a Mega Man comic that was officially licensed after the fact.
That's pretty cool.
And they also and it was for the next 3 Mega Man games that came out. Mega Man and Base got one, Mega Man 11, Mega Man 10, and 9 all had comics based on, and all from the artists who designed these bosses.
That's pretty cool.
Down here we have the shop and the CD database, but we'll check those out in a bit. Let's start with Cold Man.
Why don't you fight Otto?
Oh boy. I'd prefer not to. I'd win wholeheartedly. He is not a fighter.
He just solders your feet to the ground.
That'll take a while. You gotta remember, something has to sit still for the solder to work.
Not in Mega Man physics. No.
Uh,
With video game physics, they don't count.
Yeah, sure.
Realistically, yeah.
I mean, we saw a solder robot in 11 when we did that, so...
Yeah, that's true, we did.
So
is this the sprite they used for the loading screen in the Legacy Collection, or is it different?
this is the sprite from the Legacy Collection. This is technically the PlayStation sprite of Mega Man. All of these sprites were taken from the PlayStation. Who is that talking in the background? That is Casey Tape. She is my co-commentator for today. She generally co-commentates my videos because it's hard for me to read chat and play a game at the same time.
And plus, it's very convenient.
Yeah, I mean, she lives in the same house as me, so it helps. If she's a little quiet, let me know. If the game's audio is a little quiet, let me know. If I'm a little quiet, let me know. If I'm too loud, let me know.
Yeah. Demiller's from, I believe from my side of the game, but I could be wrong.
Casey, didn't you want to sleep or something like that? I woke them up.
Yeah, I was asleep for like 2 hours.
We're trying to get her on a good schedule because she has a new job that she's starting here soon, and that requires her to be up at like 7 in the morning.
That's true.
Or at least some
Thing
days.
is, I'm just trying to get those modules done. You know, be responsible. Case tries her best. I do, Foxino. I really do.
So, I'm gonna read, the bottom text says, WTF, how are you supposed to know to go through that wall? So, that is the thing. So, in this game, there's a shop. If you haven't noticed the bolts that have been dropping from all the enemies, this bolt will tell you, there's a shop item where you can call roll. Let me see. What's the button for it? There we go. There's an item where you can call roll and ask her where if there's any secrets on the screen you're on. And that is how you will find most of the secrets in this game if you don't have a strategy guide or know some of the locations like me. So
for more or less for players like me who don't know too much.
Punk Disciple 23 just says the game on GBA is evil. Yes, it is. We'll get into that. Don't worry. As you
that it's on Game Boy Advance is evil.
Anyways, as you were saying, Casey, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Was I saying something?
You started something.
I started something? Oh no. The chat is in disarray. They're all fighting.
Oh no, I'd prefer if they weren't.
Punk, this game is already evil enough.
Yes, it is. It is absolutely difficult, so... interrupt Casey all the time. I don't want to. It's just sometimes I got something to say and it's gotta come out.
Yeah, and plus, I'm one of those people who don't like to interrupt others, so I keep my tongue held sometimes.
I don't like to interrupt people, I just do sometimes.
I know, it sucks.
It's not because I want to.
I know you don't want to. I know that you don't want to interrupt people or seem rude. You want to, like, give people the opportunity to speak. It's just, we have really bad timing.
Yeah.
And...
I mean, we're both used to basically hosting our own shows, so it's kinda...
Yeah.
So this is the Cold Man. He is a refrigerant robot who has decided to revolt with King. So I should probably get into the story of this game. So King is a robot created to be the king of all robots. He wants to create a society where only robots exist and can rule and think for themselves. However, since King is a robot master, he doesn't have free will. This isn't of his free will. Something on his programming told him to take over the world. So, Base, hearing that King was the leader of all the robots, said, I'm better than you. I should be fit to be king. Dashed out of the way to go fight all these bosses and prove him that he's just a weakling. Megaman, wanting to protect the humans, decided to go out there and stop King himself. So both Megaman and Base are on the same team this time for vastly different reasons, and no one's heard from Wily. So that's how it goes. We just got the ice wall and 120 bolts from that stage, so... oh boy.
The bottom text says, imagine Mega Man, but with South Park graphics.
I've seen that before.
There are some pretty wicked artists out there that do some pretty insane stuff. Punk Disciple says Mega Man and Base is like, we have leftover assets from Mega Man 8. Let's make a game.
It's almost like Repliforce from X4. Exactly. I'm waiting for you to shed massive amounts of tears in Burner Man stage.
Oh, no, that would be me.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, we'll get there. Before we continue, though, I'd like to explain who's Mega Man, though? Like, what's his lore? He is a robot created in the year 200X. Dr. Wily and Dr. Light made Robot Masters, and Dr. Light took most of the credit. Dr. Wily was then banned and sanctioned from robotics, and... no, Dr. Wily's British. Stop it, he's British. You guys. Anyways.
That's just a theory.
But Mueller, why is everyone a robot? No, not everybody is a robot.
No.
It's robots and humans together. Dr. Wily and Dr. Light are both humans. Dr. Light made Mega Man and Roll to be his kids, and it was meant to basically help him around the lab and whatnot. Dr. Light's dream is to have humans and robots live in peace and harmony together, so that way then everyone benefits. However, Dr. Wily is jealous of the credit that Dr. Light got, specifically of a Nobel Peace Prize he won for creating Robot Masters, and Wily went apeshit and took over, reprogrammed 6 of the Robot Masters, 8 if you're playing Mega Man Powered Up, and Mega Man, feeling a strong sense of justice, because his programming was essentially just to protect and help humanity, goes out there to stop the bosses. And with that, he's equipped with the Mega Buster and the variable weapon system, and it allows him to copy the weapon data of bosses, hopefully restoring them by the end of the game. This goes on for a while. The X series picks up steam and gives robots free will. And then in Mega Man Zero, there's a whole civil war going on between robots and humans because of an energy shortage. ZX has its own troubled problems of a giant, massive corporation. Mega Man Legends sees the end of the humans and the start of the Carbons, which I believe they are humans. They're technically replicated humans, with robots and human parts inside them. And then Battle Network is an alternate timeline involving technology being AI and computers, where Dr. Light was able to settle down and have a kid, and his kid had a kid, and that kid's brother is Mega Man. And then 200 years go by, and then there's an alien, and he merges with a human to become Mega Man. And that's the lore.
Wasn't it
that's the
later in the X timeline? Mega Man became a title rather than
yes. After Mega Man, once Mega Man Zero, after Mega Man X, Mega Man becomes a title, not a name. That's long? It is long. There's a lot of games, but they're all really good, and that's why I say check out my Ultimate Guide to Mega Man. It'll help you understand and break down each entry in the series with the best ways to play them, the easiest ways to play them, and also what in the heck's going on with its lore. It's long, but it's digestible. You can always pause it and come back to it. Battle Network timeline's a bit longer because those are RPGs, and in fact there's a collection of those games coming out soon, and I'm very excited to play them on this channel.
As excited as I am.
A lot of games, a lot of lore, great music, pretty enjoyable as well. Exactly. So here's Otto's shop. So right here is an item we're going to want. This allows us to refill our weapons when we are on the Buster.
I still can't believe I went into X1 without realizing that X has an energy balancer already pre-installed.
Oh yeah, no. That's something that later games will have. Mega Man already have it. So we showed off the shop, let's show off the CD database. So in the stages, there are CDs. These CDs, that's Dr. Light by the way, these So these, this is where we get the CD. So off the bat, we already have a few. I've collected a few from the stages in other playthroughs. You need playthrough as both Mega Man and Bass to get all the CDs. For these will give you artwork of the character, the name of the character, their Dr. Light / Dr. Wily number, as well as information on them. Like Roll here is an assistant robot made by Dr. Light. And gives you her, her ups, her downs, her likes, her hates. And this goes through for every game that was released at the time. And this continued onward to Mega Man 9, 10, and 11. All of these games all of the bosses have personalities and thoughts and feelings and whatnot, even if they are merely, fake.
Well, that's what made Robot Masters so human.
Speaking of Punk Disciple.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of when I heard Punk Disciple. I was thinking about Punk.
Let's go ahead and start at Burner Man stage because I can't delay it any longer. X8's pretty cool story-wise. X8 is awesome story-wise. What's really great right now is all of these games are on sale. You can get the entire Mega Man 1 all the way through 11, X1 through X8, and all Zero and ZX games for $30 right now.
Yeah, not only that, aside from that, the other Capcom franchise, Resident Evil, actually a few of their games are on sale right now for as low as $5.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. We're not sponsored. I just really like this series and I want people to try it more and to say that these games are incredibly, you can get a lot of them for really cheap.
Is you try the ice wall trick?
I'll show that off in a bit. So here's the invisible platforms. We're gonna see those a lot. Ice wall. It'll help. We don't have rush coil in this game. I'm sorry for information overload, folks. I just know a lot about these games, so bear with me.
Yeah, like, Gavin absolutely loves this series. I mean, when I first told him that I've never beaten a Mega Man game and that 1 was the only Mega Man game I have ever played, he was shocked and appalled.
I made her beat it.
Yeah, he made me beat 1, but he taught me more about the game as I went along with lore as well.
And that's what I'm gonna do here on this channel. Also, secret hidden wall. There's a CD up there, but we already collected it in a previous playthrough. We don't have rush coil in this game. We do have gorillas that throw coconuts. Yes, we do.
I mean, listen, I didn't know too much about Mega Man, aside from a few things. Like, I knew the Blue Bomber, he has to fight Dr. Wily, because Dr. Wily, like, has robots and stuff, but that's all I knew. On top of that, I didn't really know too much about the Battle Network series, aside from the fact that it had a, cartoon.
Anime.
Anime.
Which is going to be airing March 21st in English for the first time in 20
Plus
years.
The extra seasons.
Yeah, that too.
And never before I've never seen Mega Man. That's pretty.
That's impressive because that, like, in a kind of pseudo sad way, because this game series is amazing. Demuller, I highly recommend you watch the Ultimate Guide to Mega Man, determine if you actually like this series or not, give them a go, and if you're more for the slower paced stuff, give Battle Network a shot. Especially because, yeah.
PSA to play the Mega Man series Classic and X are pretty great.
0, you play for the story, and the gameplay is top notch, especially if you're getting good at the classic games. Legends is amazing. Mega Man Legends is my favorite Zelda game. It sounds ridiculous until you play it, and then you're like, oh, I get it.
It's a Zelda-like because of the control scheme.
Control scheme and the structure. The first game is my favorite version of Majora's Mask.
How dare you?
It's got 4.
You know I like Majora's Mask.
It's got 4 dungeons and a final dungeon. It's got tons of side quests, lots of interpersonal stuff.
That's
and
very big telling,
yeah, that is. And that fire that it spews is instant death.
Like that one?
Yeah.
It's spooky. But yeah. If you do want really good story, though, I recommend Battle Network and especially Star Force. Star Force is something, it's something else, to the point to where behind the scenes I actually started crying after recording that.
After we recorded the Ultimate Guide Part 2, she started crying for the Star Force series, because Star Force will take the win now.
Yeah, it did. I actually, I was playing that, yesterday. I continued my save.
Nice.
I beat, Taurus. And, I met,
Tom Dubious?
Yeah, Tom Dubious.
Nice.
I did watch the anime a bit, which I know is not going to be 100% accurate to the game, but still, I did enjoy it. I guess this sounds really good.
The bottom text, I mean, I don't think anybody's trying to do that voice. On what consoles can you play this? So Mega Man and Base hasn't released in any, re-released in any major fashion. So right now, I think the only real way to play this right now is on the Wii U Virtual Console, the original Game Boy Advance version, or a ROM hack like I'm doing on the Super NES. However, I don't recommend this as a starting point.
Yeah, do not.
I recommend Mega Man 11 as a starting point, because guess what? This game's hard.
Yeah. You can start with the original series on NES. The thing is that it's what we call NES hard.
I recommend people who are just starting to learn this series, I recommend them give Mega Man 11 a go, because you don't really need to know the story to play these games. I just really like the stories because it adds a lot to, you know, what you're doing. Yes, I am rewinding. I told you this was going to be a hassle. People were already saying you're going to be crying at Burner Man. That's as far back as I can go. Got it.
We have a rewind, certainly a feature that was included on the original hardware. Yes, we were.
Yeah,
yes, it was.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's be real here. Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 had a rewind function, so I don't see any reason to not give the rewind feature a go.
So let's see here. Burner Man has green flame, which is extremely hot, and blue flame,
which is even hotter.
I can tell you the energy output on this man is probably nuts.
Well, he's dead.
It doesn't matter, he's dead.
Burner Man was designed to be an irrigation robot. However, essentially, like, he can burn down crops and make controlled fires for forests. However, he's a bit of a pyromaniac, and he was designed by a man who made the gentleman. I follow him on Twitter. I can't remember his name. I'll explain that in a second.
Why is he red?
I'll explain that in a second. So, but the gentleman who designed Burner Man has made some of the best comics in the series, called Mega Man Megamix and Gigamix, respectively.
Wait, that person?
Yeah. That's the person who designed Burner Man. He didn't design the fight, but he designed it. So, let me explain now the whole Mega Man changing colors / getting new armor pieces. There is a certain amount of energy that is output from the variable weapon system when Mega Man transforms. This can both be used as a gameplay technique as well as a lore technique. So, what we get is blue for Mega Man's base abilities as the Mega Buster, and then he changes colors because of the energy output that his Buster must produce. So we have red for Wave Burner, which every boss is going to give you a new weapon, and Ice Wall is blue and white. You can switch with L and R, and you can also, on Mega Man 11, you can change weapons with the right stick. 11 also has some cool gimmicks, but I went into all of that back on February 28th when we did the Mega Man 11 live stream.
If I'm correct, every single, there is no repeat weapons aside from powered up.
Yes, no, maybe so. Sometimes there are.
Sometimes there are? Okay.
Brain function. I don't have E-Tanks. This game removed features that made the games a little bit easier, which is why I don't really like this as much as other games in the series.
The great thing about Burner Man stage is that if you get a game over, you do the stage over again.
Yep. No, I don't.
Isn't that pretty standard for most stages?
That is, but Burner Man stage is so long that it's a bit ridiculous where the checkpoint placements are at.
Oh, fair enough. Octodisciple continues saying, since we're showing off things, use Wave Burner underwater so the chat can see the effect.
Oh, well, I'll show it off.
Isn't that the weakness of this one?
That is the weakness of this boss. This boss is Pirate Man. He's,
Pirate Man.
He was meant to be essentially, he's meant to ward off other pirates on the high seas. He's not a real pirate. He is literally just meant to scare off other pirates and keep the human crew safe. However, he defected to the other side. That's a mimic. Those exist in this game. Don't ask me how. Robots. An anti-pirate pirate. Exactly. Isn't that so clever? It's also kind of dumb, but I mean, it's clever. This area is massive, and there's a whole bunch of really cool stuff all over the place in this stage, but I'm not going to show off most of it, at least not this time. Mega Man's got a floatier jump underwater, not in the first game, but in this game and all of the other games, so you can jump higher and whatnot, which makes Mega Man water stages actually not half bad, actually. I think Mega Man water stages are generally some of the better water stages in gaming.
Plus, they offer interesting platforming because Mega Man's jump does not move slower. It has a constant quick speed when you're jumping, and they add platforming difficulty with the spikes on the ceiling and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually kind of trains you to be good at your jumps.
You've got a lot of control over Mega Man. He's quick, he's snappy, and yeah.
Yeah, the controls on Mega Man are quite tight to the fact that he can stop on a dime in midair.
Yeah, it's really helpful, it's useful.
Those mimics more anti-pirate techniques. They won't open the chest for booty. If it's like to bite their booty.
Well, it's most like you're most likely right that it is another anti-pirate technique.
I like the pirate jokes.
Yarr.
No. They don't sound like that, and you know it.
I know.
Try jumping to the far left.
Or sneaking on.
Wow, double KO. Congratulations.
Congratulations! I'd have to redo the fight with even.
Board the platforms.
There we go. I'd rather have Mega Man controls than Mario or Sonic controls. Mega Man 1 had a lot of had a bit of that Mario slipperiness. So did Mega Man 2. If you want to remove that, if you've got the Switch Online, there is Mega Man The Wily Wars for Genesis, which exists on the Switch Online for the Sega Genesis. Yeah.
It's pretty nuts. I didn't know that it was on,
Yeah, so you basically get the first 3 games for free, plus an extra little bonus.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Fun facts with me.
Mega Man 1 had Gutsman, which is just timing your jumps. That's very true.
Yeah. Anyways, as we're gonna move through here...
You can ask Gavin how much of a struggle I had with Gutsman platforms.
Everybody struggles with Gutsman. I know that for a fact. Bottom text says they played a lot of the games. Wily Wars, the NES games, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, the X games, etc. Completely aware of the series. Well, that's nice, but I'm explaining for the new people in chat who've never played it.
Also, hello, empathetic apathy. I don't think you've been in chat before.
I'm probably not. Hi, bud. How you doing? Going back over here. So, new to this game, because of the difficulty, they added this challenge room to make sure you understood the weapons. It's useful, it's helpful, and I'll show it off in a bit.
They should do that more.
Essentially, this gives you bolts every time you do it. So, essentially, you go in here, and you see these 4 blocks, and they can only be beaten by hit by certain weapons.
The colors correspond to those weapons, I believe.
Yep. And once you destroy them all, you can end up you'll get a giant bolt worth 100, and then you can move on to the next, the final fortress. After you beat a set of 3 Robot Masters, you will get the next set of items. So for here we have a 1-up, a energy balancer, which we've already bought, the exit utility, which will be useful if you're hunting for CDs, and or grinding for bolts. The shock guard, which absorb the shock your body takes when hitting spikes. So this essentially it'll save you from a 1-hit KO one time, but it is a one-time use. This is the communicator to help talk to Roll. This is helpful when finding secrets and weaknesses for bosses. Because essentially, Mega Man's got a rock, paper, scissors mechanics when it comes to the bosses, but most people already know that if you've been watching this channel for a while. This is Game Ball, but essentially it's a party ball. It'll spawn in and give you a small item. This is the Energy Analyzer. It'll show you weak points of the enemy. So essentially, if you've got this, get this. Super Recover will make it so that when you pick up recover items, they restore more health. This will increase your attack power if you're down to, I think, 4 health or lower?
It was 7.
7.
From that speedrun, I remember it.
Yeah, thank you. This one will auto-charge your Buster. This one will call Eddie in.
Eddie is a very important character in this series.
Exactly. We'll get to what he does later. And this is Rush Search. He'll search the ground for items. We're going to get the Super Recover, but we don't have enough, so...
Dude, King's Fortress is a problem with Megaman, especially King playing
Yeah.
his Punk Disciple.
We are going to get there, not to worry. I'm sorry that I'm running out of voice here. I'm talking really fast to try to, you know... I'm trying to slow down. I've got a lot of information to pass on to everybody.
I think we're technically both out of steam, because...
I'm not out of steam, I'm just... I've been talking a lot. Can you make my drink real fast?
Yeah, I will.
Chat, how is everybody...
in there?
How is the chat doing today?
Yeah, how are you guys? This is the 5th time we've asked them.
You know what? It's at least a good question to ask, because I've just been overloading them with information.
Yeah.
And pushing them to go to a separate video that I made that goes over series lore. Like, of course,
Anyways, pop quiz.
It does. Groundman's a great track, especially for remixes. This is also one of the stages where it actually gets worse if you're playing on the Game Boy Advance. So I mentioned before that this game came out on the Game Boy Advance. However, I didn't mention what changes came with that. Well, 1, there's an English version of that one. And for 2, they decided not to shrink any of the sprites. So we have screen crunch, just like we saw in yesterday's Kid Icarus playthrough. Is that...
Wait, why could you not collect that one?
Because I didn't need it. That was a weapon up. So, enemies will drop health and ammo, and that other one right there is ammo.
That really bugs me.
What?
That you just can't pick it up.
There, you happy?
I don't know. Maybe I am.
No, okay then. Maybe you're not, okay. Never played this on the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I'd say Super Nintendo is your best bet to go. Capcom released this on a plug-and-play recently, but there is no official console re-release, which is a shame. So there is a trick here where you can essentially clip into the wall and glitch your way past this room and the next room, but I don't know how to do it, and it's kind of tough.
Look, it's almost as horrible as trying to do lobby BLJ for Mario 64. I can't do it. I've been trying. Bottom text says screen crunch is why I prefer Mario Land 1 over the second game.
I can feel that. I can understand that.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, think about it.
The screen crunch is what adds to... I think it's adorable. You killed it!
I did, because it'll damage me.
Yeah,
but it's a yellow bean.
there's 2 of them now. But yeah, I'm not a fan of 1. I'm more of a fan of 2, which is funny.
I like both.
Because a lot of people say the first one's the better one.
I like both. I did a playthrough of both.
Live birthing on stream.
No, we're not doing that. Sorry.
That's technically what's happening if you really think about it.
No, because it's sending out little machines, so...
It's a little sandworm.
Yeah, but this is a machine, so...
Are you saying robots can't reproduce? They can't be happy?
That's not... What? Why are you equivocating that to happen? I'm confused. Okay, anyways, before I get myself in even more hot water with Casey over here, I'm gonna show you a little trick to get rid of the Sniper Joe. And he's gone.
He was never heard or seen from again.
I don't know what's going on with the music here. I do have... I am using an accurate emulator, but it's still...
Is it chugging? I thought that was
The music is chugging, but nothing else is.
Yeah, I was wondering what was up because I thought it was my headphones. Can't believe Gavin is saying robots can't be happy.
That's not what I'm oh my god.
Chat, lay off of Gavin. I was doing the funny.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, this room is evil.
I just played that wrong, and I can't go back. So, this thing moves up every time.
You can rewind to undo it.
Thank you for reminding me.
This is why I'm here, chat. To
So-
remind Gavin that he can rewind. Also, there's an extra life down there, but I don't.
There is, but you need the... You need the thunder weapon for it. Nope, I bonked my head. Don't know how I bonked my head, but I bonked my head.
See, at that point, chat, you'd have to start this whole stage over again if you die there.
No, I think there is one checkpoint right beforehand. But that's all they wrote for that section.
You realize you didn't need to rewind. That's his monkey cycle. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, I'm going to probably forget that I have it. This section is the worst.
It's notorious for being the worst. So, what are the stories behind Sniper Joes? Are they meant to be like pure army robots?
They were a combat droid developed by Dr. Light so he could get some funding from the military. Specifically, he developed Proto Man as a prototype robot for them.
Oh yeah.
And after getting the funding for them, Proto Man was going to have had his weapons decommissioned, and he was essentially supposed to be Dr. Light's first son. He wasn't really a Robot Master set with any real directives.
My man turned into a drill tech.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the death there.
They took the L, chat.
Sniper Joes and sections where floor is falling out. This advice from level designers this advice to the levels designers of some classic Castlevania games. I agree with that to a degree. So remote mine here we can set off at any moment, but we can also just latch it onto him, and then when he tries to bury underneath the ground, it doesn't work. Of course, you don't want to hit the giant drill that he transforms into.
This reminds me of the, dang it, I don't remember the name from 11.
Impact Man?
Yeah, this reminds me of Impact Man. With, how he's not just Impact Man, he's 3 different, robots that...
Yeah, this one's just transformation. I don't think there's really much more to it. Drill Man hits like a truck, but he is pretty easy in terms of pattern. So, don't be too scared of him. Oh boy. I would like to know what chat thinks of this game, but we're about an hour in, and I'd like to ask a question, ask something of the chat, actually. If you guys could subscribe, drop a like, it helps us out with the algorithm, that would be fantastic. You don't have to, but it is always appreciated. Other than that, back to your regularly scheduled Groundman meeting. I have a bit of trivia about Groundman, but I don't like that trivia, so...
I have an interesting fact for you.
I hate it.
I know what the death is, but I won't tell you.
But I won't tell you. Actually, I will tell you. Originally in development, he was titled Drill Man, except Drill Man already appeared in Mega Man 4, so he was supposed to be an upgraded Drill Man. However, this was scrapped because it was kind of a dumb idea.
But they did Guts anyways.
Well, Gutsman is Wily Castle boss. This is just another Robot Master. That was why Guts Tank works. Down here we also have Magic Man and Tengu Man. Tengu Man returns from 8, so 2 of these bosses return from 8. Everybody else is a fan creation, which is pretty cool. This is an officially licensed game, of course, so I don't have to worry too much. But let's go ground the Tengu. For those who don't know, Tengus are Japanese wind demons. They control the airflow with their fans. They were very popular come World War II by the time Japan was starting to get airplanes. Because any mechanical failure was blamed on...
Tengu, just like how we had gremlins.
Yep. That is something that both America and Japan share. Blaming technical problems on mythical creatures.
Oh my gosh, I just realized you can see where the background lives.
Probably.
There's like a big cut in the clouds and it's hurting me.
I can't focus on that.
No, I know.
Because of this. This is also Cloudman's stage from Megaman 7. Like the background and everything. This is a weather station.
The weather station. So this is where they collect data for
Yeah, we actually see the inside of this area in Mega Man Battle Network 6, actually.
Huh.
Well,
That was ridiculous.
Well, that took the wind out of my sail. There we go. Ice Wall is super useful. Never underestimate the Ice Wall. Also, never underestimate health. How it'll tempt you. How it'll be tricky. How it'll be evil. Yeah, I don't like this game.
One cannot simply grab health.
I don't always grab health, but when I do, it's a massive mistake.
Here, wall pick.
Seemed like I picked up a CD there, but I didn't see it.
Was that a CD? I thought it was a helmet.
I got... Maybe it was an extra life?
Yeah, 21 CDs.
Okay. Well then.
Hey, you got one.
We got another CD,
At
everybody.
least it wasn't as ridiculous as me getting all the Harkonators, though. That was extremely helpful.
Yeah, there's 100 CDs in this game. Not all of them are on Robot Master. Some of them are on Dr. Light, Dr. Wily, Dr. Cossack, and his daughter Kalinka. We'll get back to them when we play Mega Man 4. We already referenced them back in Mega Man 11 because Cossack built Tundra Man alongside Dr. Light, which is the first instance of a Cossack light robot, which is really interesting.
I honestly think that Cossack is an interesting development in the series as well. Like, I like the story of 4 a lot. It's like a man's daughter is kidnapped because some guy is mad at another guy and being held hostage. Like, it's really interesting how that, like, this man is just doing what this guy says just because he wants to protect his daughter, and Mega Man ends up helping him in the end. Like, I just thought it was a really fresh air. I think that's what he's using.
Breath of fresh air.
Breath of fresh air. Did I say it backwards?
Yes, you said it backwards.
How
was
it?
it?
Fresh breath.
Mentos better with freshness, something, something, I don't care.
Oh my god. You can see the fear in that poor robot's eyes.
Fresh of breath air. There we go.
Chat, I'm not doing so okay up here in the brain today.
And currently Casey is not. Do not put... True. Love the theme of Tengu Man. Has 3 different themes and all. All of them are pretty good. Exactly, yeah. Tengu Man, I should probably mention that. The PlayStation and Saturn versions have different soundtracks for Tengu Man stage, as well as... yeah, there's one more stage that has multiple tracks, but I don't remember it. Tengu Man has multiple different tracks, and this being the third one, he had one exclusive one to the Saturn and one for the PlayStation. The Legacy Collection is the PlayStation version, so bear with that one. Anyways,
I just realized something.
what's that?
There's an enemy in I think it's Ghouls and Ghosts, which is another Capcom game. That is a Tengu.
Yeah.
I don't know. This has nothing to do. I'm sorry.
This had nothing to
I'm
do
sorry.
with it. You
I'm
just
gonna
want to.
stay quiet.
Oh, you're fine.
I
Okay.
learned it because you guys told me about Tengus. By the way, the little preview it gives you for each stage reminds me of the little portraits you get for the versus stages, or not for the competition stages in Sonic.
Yeah,
For 3 specifically.
yeah, I can see that.
This music.
PlayStation Tengu is hype. Happy Whereas SNES Tengu is super chill. Exactly. I don't. Which X game has the most dialogue that you cannot skip? X5. X5.
Oh boy.
Moving
I'm
on.
gonna have to sit through that dialogue.
No, I won't. I have.
No, I will.
No, you won't.
Why?
Because fans have created an amazing patch that fixes most of the problems of X5 and X6. I still recommend the Legacy Collection, though, because it's the easiest way to play it. But if you're getting tired of the dialogue in X5 or 6 or something's annoying you, don't be too scared to pick up a fan translation or a fan patch. Because usually that'll fix every one of the problems that you have with it. And speaking of problems, X7 and X8's Legacy Collection ports have very few problems, so like, if you're having issues trying to play X7 or X8, go check out the Legacy Collection. Not sponsored, I don't know. Anyways, we beat a mini-boss. We had some reuse of tiles from Clown Man stage. There's a secret disc down there, we're not gonna get that one. When you fail to hit the Enigma cannon, you will be subjected to a 3-hour unskippable cutscene. It's not 3 hours! Don't exaggerate. That scares people away.
Playing X7 to begin with is an issue.
It's 5 minutes, and X7's fine. It's not great, but it's fine.
No, Space, what? They're joking. It doesn't actually take that long.
No, it does not take that long. It takes 5 minutes at most. If that. It doesn't even take that long. X5 and X6 have their problems. X7's not a great game, but it's not bad.
Zero X, however, does.
You're never gonna play that game? Well, at least watch my video on the X series, because X5 is a good title.
It is a good
Come on,
title.
I'm trying not to scare people off from this series. Gosh darn it.
Guys, we're working backwards now. We gotta turn this car around.
I'm turning this car around. X5's a good game.
Gavin's looking into the back seat at all of us. We're doomed.
I'll turn this car around,
I'll
help me.
I'll turn this Megaman around.
I'll turn this Megaman around. We should start doing the stage in reverse. Now, how are you gonna get up that slope? Just watch him.
Sorry, that was kind of funny. Just bong and then X5 has some cool music that's kind of standard for Mega Man. Yes, I will admit Mega Man, the whole series in general, has bangers, without a doubt.
X-Live also had their Maverick names after Guns N' Roses. Yes, they did. Those are
Yeah, I remember.
in canon. Those are actually nicknames. They're not actually the boss's names,
That's pretty crazy.
which I kind of like it. I prefer it as that because that gives the X5 cast a bit of a different ring to it because they're all named after the different members of Guns N' Roses, and I think one's even named after like a manager or something.
I wouldn't know. I do like Guns N' Roses, but I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know, even though you have a Guns N' Roses mug.
Listen, I like them.
You like the music.
The music is really good. Here's the thing about me, chat. I am not knowledgeable when it comes to musicians out there. Like, I know who Dave Grohl is and a bunch of other people, but I'm just a little silly gal. I don't know too much. By the way, this stage is giving me major Castle of Illusion vibes.
This stage is annoying.
You don't like the sound? You don't like the music?
I don't like
It's
this.
all happy and jolly.
X7 has a problem which soon some bosses start like. I could see that as a problem, but I've learned to deal with most of X7's major issues to the point where I don't have any issues with any of the bosses anymore. Like, I've gotten all of the
I like that you're cutting the deck.
I am cutting the deck. I'm ruining his magic trick. Whatever shall we do, guys?
Ban you
You're
from this amusement park.
I'm banned from the magic show. But that's Tengu Man's weapon. He has got. If you use the slide with Tengu Man's weapon, you get the nice Tengu blade animation. Volt Kraken's about to spend her name than Squid Adler? Yeah, I could see that. I could understand that. What's hilarious is that you can kill Soldier Shokong, then fall in the fire and die. Yeah, you can. You can also fall in the spikes in this, in here, in Burner Man stage, as you kill him and die, and then you have to redo the fight.
Didn't you do a double KO earlier?
Yeah, I did.
No, wait, that was was that with Burner Man?
No, that was with Pirate Man.
I'm sorry. When we mentioned cut the deck, my dumb mind goes to the Ruby Spears cartoon where Gutsman and Cutman are about to play cards and he's like cut the deck and he just literally slices it in half.
Hey, God.
CD counter. This is a transceiver power-up that'll tell you how many CDs are left in a stage that you're in. This is the CD finder. This will show you where the CDs might be buried. You can have, this will help out with rush search, so if you have rush search on you. Beat will bring a barrier. He is one of the items for this game. He works a lot differently than he does in other games, later games, and past games. So this is a unique feature for this, and I think the fighting games. High speed charge speeds up your buster. Auto recover. This is important, but we don't have enough for it yet. Damage you take by enemies will be reduced substantially. We're going to want this. Damage absorber, also going to want that. And we're also going to want this one. But this is going to be the first one.
I have to use the back.
Alright, so Casey's going to be right back.
I'm actually going to close this curtain on the shooting down.
Oh, that's fine.
You know that.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, I am sorry for talking so much, chat. This game has a lot of explanation for very little payoff. Let's just start Astro Man, shall we? I didn't go into Magic Man. He's an entertainment robot who worked alongside Clown Man. Clown Man's the from Mega Man 8. How many parts can you have equipped? Well, in other games, you can have pretty much all of them. In this game, you can only have one equipped at a time, which makes this game actually incredibly difficult because essentially it's artificially increasing the difficulty. Because if you have all the power-ups, the stages are still going to be hard. They're just not going to be as much of a struggle. But limiting yourself to only equipping one at a time makes this an absolute chore. Only one, that's insane. Exactly. This game is not a newcomer's best friend. And I see why it is left out of most collections. It was left out of the original Anniversary Collection from so many years back. Dang it. You basically have to... Actually, you know what? We're gonna go get that CD. Why not? I'm just gonna... Which super armor of Mega Man X looks the best? So, That's a good question. That's a good question that I don't know how to answer. They're just called the armors. Space Boy. Generally, they're either called Dr. Light armors or just armors. We're gonna use Burner Man's weapon here. It is entirely random which one of these will pop out next. But they all come from the background, and they're all like illusions. Sand Crocs from Cave Story? I could see that, yeah. Honestly, I prefer the X8 designs. Here's some Simon Says rooms. And just like that, we made through it. CD. CD. Magic card can help you get items in walls. We're going to be using them to trick Astro Man. Because if he can use illusions, we can use magic tricks. And if you use it on an enemy, it'll actually pull in If you use it on an enemy, it'll actually pull in health or whatever item falls. Also, those spikes on the ceiling there are instant death. Like I said, this game is very mean. Especially because this has a reduced screen resolution compared to the PlayStation. So what you end up with is tighter jumps overall with bigger sprites. What happens if you miss input on the Simon rooms? The top thing shoots at you twice and you have to retry. It gives you a new pattern. You're actually going to see it. If you guys want to see it, I can show it off in this room. But this one upcoming. This game is mean with its Yoku block placement. Like I said, it is mean with its Yoku block placement. Especially since, as you can see there, you'll fall all the way back down to the bottom. This game is mean in general. I remember a couple years back, there was somebody who was saying on Twitter that Megaman and Base is better than it was, and I was like, no, Megaman and Base is just as hard as I remember, and it's just as mean as I remember, and yeah. There's no Yoku spikes, but there's Yoku blocks above spikes. Funny visual effect. Well, it's the only way I was gonna play this game. I have a physical Game Boy Advance copy of this game, and I'm not hooking up my GameCube just for this game. I'm sorry. I'll hook it up for any other Mega Man game. I'll play the Zero games on real hardware. But no, I won't for this. I refuse. There needs to be some balance changes. I'm just gonna have to redo it anyways. There we go. Up there to the left is something only Base can get to. Is there a Mega Man game where you can PvP? Yes, we'll be showing that off with Mega Man 7. I do enjoy Mega Man. Mega Man 7 has a secret hidden mode with PvP. There's also Mega Man the Power Battles where you can PvP for high score, which can be fun. It's generally a fun game. They also re-released that one recently with the Capcom Arcade Stadium 2, where they re-released both it and its sequel. And we'll be getting to those when we play the game. Gavin's hatred of this game runs deep. I just don't like it. It's not fun. Magic card can be angled up into the air or left and right, so... Tango Man, Astro pulling double duty. Exactly. Alright, here we go. Been really glad about how this series has been going so far. What? Those should have connected. Yeah, they should have, but the game has decided, nah. There we go. Looking forward to Dynamo Man healing all his health back from 1 pixel. Truly great game design. Yeah, no, Ow. Hang on. I think I just static shocked my lip. Ow. Anyways, I actually know a trick for Dynamo Man, but it is a, like, it's really close. But Dynamo Man can recover his health, and it is a hassle. We'll also be trying to get everything in the shop before we go to King, because, yeah, no, King's stages are really tough, especially the bosses. Today has gone actually better than I thought it was. But yeah, this is Dynamo Man stage, and that was a mistake that I just did. King, tank, plane, oof, yeah. No, and then you fight King right afterwards, and it's all just tricky and eh. There's a CD. Quickman CD is actually in this stage, and it's one of the more fun ones to get. I remember doing it on the Game Boy Advance, because I actually did a full 100% CD run. Another channel that's going to be guest starring in a couple videos is the one who showed me where all the CDs were at. Can't wait to show you guys that video whenever it gets done. But essentially, Rom Mithral's videos showed me where all the CDs were at, because his perfect runs, he did a full CD database collection series, talking about how hard it was to get each, and it has to do with this conveyor belt. You have to be quick. I believe the timer starts the minute the conveyor belts start moving. So over there, part of me wants to make a Superman joke. Over there should take care of itself. Is a mildly easier path. So we're gonna take it. Just like Megaman 9, it's not gonna give you trouble. I hope it doesn't give me trouble, because this game scares me. This game scares me from a casual sense. It scares me from a difficulty sense. It scares me in almost every single way, because this game is just hard. It's difficult, and it doesn't stop. Anime worth it to watch. Yes, it is, actually. I think the Access and Stream arcs are totally worth it to watch. Not necessarily, like, the best show on TV at the time, and if you're going to watch it, generally subbed is pretty good, but I can now say that, you know, March 31st, they're going to be airing the show for free on YouTube, so you might as well watch it while it's still going to be up. Especially because they are going to be taking it down after some time due to licensing rights. But hey, it'll be the first re-release the show has gotten in years. Nearly 20 years. Oh yeah, the tally probably would have been. I'm trying to remember what the fastest way to beat these guys are. Aside from just straight out skipping it, because you can skip the... But essentially, all we have to do is destroy these top two. There's double vision. And just like that, checkpoint. There are the DVDs from foreign countries like Japan that have English subtitles that translate the foreign dialogue. Really? I didn't know the Japanese DVDs had that. I'm gonna have to pick those up if that's true, because I know they're doing a re-release of the DVDs in Japan. I'm gonna have to pick those up if they've got the subtitles on them. I'm gonna pick those up. Truman's gonna be angry with me. Oh, 100% he's going to be angry with me. You needed another Mega Man thing? Why? And I'm gonna tell him, and his only response is gonna be, okay. But he's gonna be upset, because it's gonna be like, really? Another Mega Man Battle Network thing? I'm like, yes, another Mega Man Battle Network thing. Especially because I own, like, the Bubble Man. Yes, Bubble Man. Just for that clip alone, worth it. So here's where the CD will spawn. As you can see, this just keeps speeding up. And right there's where the CD is, if you can move fast enough. Or maybe it's over on this screen. It's near the end of the stage. Well, it's not always guaranteed the bottom text. That's the thing, because those were meant to stay in the region. Viz Media, you know what? No, go shout out to Viz Media and yell at them. Tell them you want the anime on DVD. Tell them you want the rest of the seasons translated and at least subtitled. Well, there's Quickman. Anyways, because no, Viz Media is the one that holds all the rights for that. And it really is annoying to know that I've been waiting nearly 20 years for the animes to end, because they didn't even finish Star Force. They only did half a season for that, which was really annoying because it had 2 seasons. Like, that's not even a whole lot. Especially because they only released it on, like, digital, like, Cartoon Network services. So, for this boss right here, Dynamo Man here does not take more damage from his weakness. It just allows you to dodge, and it attracts his shots. Let's see if Dynamo Man wants to behave. Nope. And that's how you take care of the shots of the walls incredibly quickly. You shoot it higher than you think you need to. Welcome back, Daisy. Cool. Think you could fill up mine? Just water. If there's anything left in it, just leave it. Just fill it up. Don't worry about what's in it. Because it's just water with purple flavoring.
Ooh, purple flavoring.
Yeah, Occuberry.
It tastes like purple.
Yeah, it does. And there we go. And that's Dynamo Man. He's annoying. But not that much of a hassle. Okay, so that's all of the 8 bosses down. Now we have the final few stages. Thank you, everybody who stuck around so far. This is gonna be the hardest part. Kingu Man, yeah, no, it's just King. It's just King. Not King Man, it's just King.
Like the dog.
I don't think they can hear you. Or if they can, you're really quiet. Okay. Oh, message retracted. Don't retract your messages, you're fine. I'm reading them, I just not read them out loud all the time. So now we've gotten a few more bolts. I'm gonna see what I can get here. We're gonna get the Transsaber. We took Astro Crush and turned it into lightning. That's what Truman said last night when I was showing him the speedrun for this stage. But now we have the challenge room. This is to make sure you understand. The chat was glitchy? Oh, I'm not the one. It's not glitchy for me, but
Yeah, that happens where it'll repeat your message like 5 to 6 times.
so there's the big bolt. When you get it, just place the animation in reverse and you get 100 bolts. Import DVDs from other countries. Oh boy. YouTube, fix yourself, thanks. Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad they kind of fixed the policy.
They kind of fixed it, kind of, sorta. I can now say a few words, but I can't.
How'd you do that?
So you can control the remote mine up and down.
Oh.
It just moves at a really quick pace, so you kind of gotta be quick with it.
That would make for an interesting challenge if the camera would lock onto it and move along with it, you know?
Oh, shoot.
I was like, where are you going?
Away from my prize.
But yeah, I would definitely buy the DVDs just for that one scene of
Bubble Man screen. It doesn't matter if it's subbed or not. Speaking of subbed, there is fan subtitles for any of the seasons that haven't been translated by an official company.
Which one was it? Which season was it?
That was I think that was either Stream or Beast Plus. It was either Stream, Beast, or Beast Plus.
I would just love to hear that scene dubbed by like the official voice actors and stuff.
That would be great. Get them all back
Though
in.
we probably won't get that, but you know,
We could hope.
you can help.
So right now we are at 550 bolts. Like I said, this game just throws bolts at you by the end game. Mostly because this is an incredibly difficult game, and the devs knew that, and I don't think they had time to playtest these final stages, because it really is a yikes moment. And you have to do each one of these, by the way. I mean, it wouldn't let me move left.
Fair enough.
I gotta do it somehow. So now there's no reason to come back here. No, none of those respawn. But at the very least, we can save. We have 850 bolts, which is good. Should be good enough to get some of the stuff in the shop that we need. So, let's see here. Auto recover. We're gonna want this. By the way, you can only get some of these, you can only get one of most of these, so. This will, damage you take from enemies will be reduced substantially, that'll be important.
So that's like the half thing?
That's like half damage, that's like the guard recover that we were using in Mega Man 9.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But
Yeah.
I didn't remember the name.
No, you're good. Damage absorber, that can be important. We don't really have enough for anything else super important.
Beat looks cursed.
Let's get Rush Search.
Out of topic question, who watches Hell of the Lost? What's your favorite part so far?
I don't, sorry.
I do. I think the Luna and Octavia scene is my favorite. It's really wholesome and really nice.
So here's all of the information on these, some of the bosses that we
It's
picked up.
Sparkplug Man!
I mean, he's a literal spark plug.
Well, that's why I like calling them spark plugins, just instead of just spark.
Gravity, gyro. This is a pretty good translation,
It's
by the way.
Euro, man.
These are the translations that were used on the Megaman knowledge base / the Megaman wiki.
Wait. Go back to that.
Starman.
Yeah, and then go down really quickly. It says his ups are romantic.
He's a romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that interesting that they kept that in Ruby Spears.
Well, Ruby Spears came out well before this. So,
So, you think they got that from there?
possibly. Probably not. They probably just came to the same sort of conclusion.
Oh no, wait, it was Top Man that I'm thinking of. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
You call me Toppy.
Oh boy.
Frostman. I like the different, these are the ones I'm really interested in.
What, the Star Droids?
Yeah, the Star Droids.
We'll get to Mega Man 5 for Game Boy. It'll be really interesting to recover those games, because those bosses come from space. They aren't built by Wily.
Just like Duo.
Buster Rod, we'll get to Buster Rod G, Mega Water S, and Hyper Rod, not Hyper Rod, I don't know, the pig. I can't remember his name. Swine. Anyways. So that's that. We've gotten pretty much everything we need.
You actually killed this game.
I'm not done yet.
I know you're not, but still, you're doing pretty good.
Don't jinx me, please. If this is a good run,
Well, I'm saying because, you know, you did not have a bad time with...
Oh, by the
You
way,
did not have a bad time with 9.
do you see our weapons, by the way?
What about 'em?
Remember how we had to do the challenge room?
Yeah.
It forced us to do that challenge room?
Yeah.
Our weapons stay at the same level that they were at.
Are you joking?
Yeah, no. See?
That's ridiculous. As if Mega Man didn't go to the shop back home. And he wasn't like,
I'm gonna give you a few energy cans.
nope.
Nope. Well, let's read the chat for a little
Yeah.
bit, because they've got some... It seems like they're talking about some interesting stuff.
Bottom text asks, favorite movie of all time?
Aye, that's a tough one.
Super Mario Brothers.
It's not my favorite.
No, that's mine.
No, that's your favorite?
Yeah.
Not the new one.
No, not the new one. Ew, it has Chris Pratt in it. The Charlie Day, and everyone else saves it though.
Anyways.
It King Time says Punk. Spaceboy, replies to the bottom text saying, there's this Player One.
Ready Player One. That's an alright movie. I had an argument about the book and the movie with my teacher.
Ooh.
Yeah, I liked the movie, he didn't like the movie. And then he read the sequel to the book, and he didn't like the sequel to the book. But he was saying the book was better. I was like, no, it's not. And we argued over film debacle stuff. Because he was...
It became Wily versus, like...
Well, no, because, like, my teacher... My English teacher was also my film teacher. So he was, like, really into movies and stuff, so...
The bottom text says, that's why there's tellies at the start of the level. Punk says, nah, Casey, this is just how the game operates.
yeah.
Well, it could have operated better.
Agreed.
Shots fired.
Agreed on both fronts. That is why there's tellies, but that is also not an excuse to not refill weapons. Like, it just, like, they had to do that deliberately. I don't care if it saved them a few lines of code. It was still rude.
How could we make this more harder for players? No refill weapon energy.
Okay. So now, this is a room where you can see where you have to go right off the bat. But they make you fall down here anyways.
I swear, all conveyor belts in this era of video games all had the same design.
Because that's what a conveyor belt looks like.
I meant like the gradient of going from light to dark and then light to dark.
Oh,
Pattern.
I mean, because that's what conveyor belts look like.
I've never seen a conveyor belt in real life.
It's mostly just planks of like rubber. Sometimes it's just one straight belt, and you have seen a conveyor belt at the grocery store.
Very funny. I meant an industrial conveyor belt, not a commercial. Would that be commercial?
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Buff.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, I can't. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking, chat.
No, I prefer if you keep talking, actually.
Well, okay, I'm gonna stop talking about subjects that don't matter. It starts with this game was programmers taking out their 80-hour work week frustrations on the player. This game was just a bunch of programmers taking out their 80-hour week frustrations on the player. That's kind of funny.
So, speaking of this game and programming, so this game was a budget release for the Super Nintendo. Like I said, it came out late into the year, but with that being said, it came out when the PlayStation was out. It reused a lot of graphics, but there was another PlayStation title that Capcom made that they ported to the Super Nintendo with really no real reason other than they could. Street Fighter Alpha 2.
Omega says colors.
What?
You didn't get it?
No, I didn't.
Those waterfalls of chemicals reminded me of Omega says.
I see.
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
Star Force. I'm sorry.
they're saying how sad it is that I died to a bouncy ball. I want that to be the meme.
Hey, yo!
Okay.
Imagine a Megaman game that looks like a Pixar movie in terms of graphics.
Mega Man 11.
Yeah. Mega Man 11. Ow! So in this universe, Coconuts left Dr. Eggman and just came here to destroy Mega Man.
Yeah, this boss fight is a pain. I hate this fight. This is not how you design a fight. That lava is an instant kill. If you finish the fight and you're still standing on that platform, good luck to you, because you're going to die. But the boss itself is just the first Wily Castle stage from Mega Man 8, except done like they hate the player.
So, question: can you choose how high the clone is going to be?
Yeah, it's based on where you're standing. It spawns in front of you.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, so you have...
So that one demo where it was showing it above Mega Man was he jumped first and then used it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
These weapons are incredibly useful. They just got put in a really bad game. And by really bad, I mean I just don't like it. Or hey, the bottom text is going to be right back. We are now at the worst stage of this entire game.
Wily Castle 2.
King's Fortress 2. We don't know that yet.
Why are you the big bad?
We don't know that yet.
It's always the big bad.
Yeah, he is the big bad, but we're going to get into why he is the big
He's
bad.
the big bad, worse than Beat's face on that icon. I'm not gonna get over that. He just looks so scuffed. He looks like his eyes are bulging out of his head.
Alright, I don't really have any good items here.
For that price.
Okay. Let's go in here. We are now at 1 hour and 30 minutes. I have gone over quite a lot of information already. I don't have any good information for this. This stage was just designed awfully. I don't like it.
Okay.
I'm sorry to be so negative. We're going to play a positive game later this week, because I do want to do at least 3 streams this week, but...
Okay, so on your list of worst castle stages,
yes,
where would you put this?
the worst.
Really?
The worst. This is my least favorite Wily or base or any castle stage in any Mega Man game ever.
You give us a reason why.
Yeah, I can in just a second once I get past this. So, as you can see, we've got a lot of enemies for us.
Oh, I just realized this is a Little Timmy stage with enemy placement.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty bad with that, but that's not even the worst of it.
I told you they're like sand crocs. They're annoying.
You know what? We're gonna take the death. We're gonna continue. Might as well. We'll refill our health and our lives. That'll be
I thought
fine.
he was gonna do what X does,
Where?
where it has you restart from the beginning of the thing.
What? The
Game over.
Oh, if you game over on the Sigma Castle, it still starts you at the stage.
Oh no, wait, that's if you quit the game.
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
No, this stage is worse than that because it decides...
Sigma Castle was really fun.
Sigma Castle's alright. I don't think it's my favorite in terms of castle design, but it is pretty good. Loves enemy placement. It sure does love placing enemies
In my way.
exactly where we don't want them. What sucked was moon placement from X8. We'll get there. I don't find that too awfully bad. So this is an auto recover. If we stand still, we recover health. We're going to speed this up.
How are you doing today, Gavin?
I'm doing fine. Anyways, so we're gonna do this probably each time we get to a boss stage with low health. Because this is the only way to do it. I'm sorry. I hate this. I hate this boss. And this is the worst of them all. This is my least favorite of them all because it's slow. It takes forever. This is the game of all time. This is certainly a game.
As soon as you walk in there, Sid's theme from Dark Souls starts playing.
Bro, this is what I did for Kaiser Sigma in X3. Head ship and wait 10 minutes after losing. See, I got the gold armor every time I play X3. I'll show you little secrets when we get to X3, because I like X3, actually. I think X3 is okay. Final boss is a little cheap, but Kaiser Sigma is a bad final
Cheap?
boss.
Cheap as in it's not well designed, or cheap as in like you can beat it in like 5 minutes.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Like cheap.
Are we talking about this or Kaiser?
No, Kaiser.
Oh, you'll see.
Oh, okay.
You'll see when we get there.
When I get there.
No, when we get there, because you're most likely going to still be streaming with me.
Well, fair enough. You might actually get to X3 before I do, because I did struggle with X for a bit.
I mean, because we're only doing 1 stream per game. And X3 isn't too bad in terms of length.
Well,
And especially since we'll be doing basically all of the Game Boy games beforehand.
dear Lord.
So I'll get to show you guys what Minakuchi engineering is all about. And if you don't know who Minakuchi is, that's okay.
Okay with that.
You'll learn.
I think it's a very interesting boss, to be honest.
This?
Yeah.
See, if this was all that the stage was, and this was the boss here, I'd be okay with it. I would be a-okay with this stage. I'd be okay with the next stage. I would be fine with it. But that's not how this game was designed. It was designed like a toddler decided to play with the dev unit.
Mario Maker levels be like.
Oh, let go. So those guys will steal... they will steal the bolts that you pick up.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I thought they just, you know, stopped you from moving.
Nope. They will steal the bolts, and they stop you from moving. In Mega Man 8, they steal weapon energy and health.
Scary.
I mean, they're not that bad, but they are annoying. Come on, open up something. Come on, open it up. It's the only move it has left. Other than ramming the walls, so...
It's the wall. Kind of
King-
looks like the Sigma logo.
So that took a while. Where?
The busted up hatch that you were destroying.
Oh, yeah, I could see it. So there's that. So now we're on the second half of the stage. If you game over here, you have to redo the first half.
Guess you know like it.
Already, that's pretty bad. We're already using up quite a number of weapons, right?
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
We're not even... This is only halfway through this stage, once we beat the
Whoa!
boss.
Is he okay?
What, the Mimic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
he's-
see him?
Yeah, he's fine.
He started spazzing.
He's fine.
I think he needs to go see.
He needs some therapy, probably.
Yeah. It's like.
So that's why they...
tired of you.
So they place these tellies down, so that way then you could get some weapon ammo back. And health. And just about everything you need. Oh, I do wonder how chat's feeling about this. This stage in general, because this stage is certainly something.
I mean, the stage layout is good. I like it. The issue is the enemy placement.
Enemy placement, the fact that you gotta do 4 bosses in a row.
Well, what about OG Mega Man? Because technically you did do that after every Wily stage.
Yeah, you did in Mega Man 1, but here's the thing. If you game over there, it was still one stage. And you're not breaking it up in individual sections. Okay.
Was it all one stage? I thought it was separate stages.
No, they were each their own stage. Alright, we need to get a bit closer.
Oh, that's cool. You can choose when they split.
Yep. So that right there will flash the screen white. And then you can't see what you're doing. And everything and anything can, in fact, hit that.
Including the platforms?
Not the platforms, but all of your weapons.
So that is just a flashbang.
Yeah, while we're over a bottomless pit. On an auto-scroller.
Fairness.
Oh, here it is, here it is! These fists will break the platforms.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And if you jump to a platform, you can't correct yourself because essentially by the time you're all the way down there, you're screwed. With base, they've got fewer platforms, so you have to use base's double jump. So there is no correction on this boss.
that a health check?
That right there?
Yeah. The
Well, you
big
can
beam.
you can destroy that crystal.
It just really feels like a health check. And that feels really unfair to me.
Okay, we're gonna use that. And that is the king flying tank portion. I hate that part.
I don't blame you.
So now we're just gonna jump all the way across here, and it keeps going for a little while. And now you don't want to game over, because if you game over here, you're back at the first half of the stage with the king tank.
That's ridiculous.
And this is
Still
why.
penguin.
This is why I hate this stage. If you want to read chat real fast and also
Yeah.
sit down, 'cause-
I'm standing up for a reason.
oh, you're
Because,
spine.
that too. Let's see here. Revolta came in and says, "Howdy there, Gavin. How are you doing today?"
Hi, Revolta. How you doing?
Punk, says, "Look at that, dang rocket on the front.
Yep.
Giant crimson laser kind of is. It kind of is a health check. I mean, if there's anything that I hate in a video game, it's health checks. That and live checks as well, which is really dumb.
Oh boy. You see this?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, are
You
kidding?
have to
Nice
use.
platform.
You have to use that if you're not base. Might as well
Great
use
level
this.
design. Bravissimo.
Let's see.
You got most of your weapons repelled and to a good form too, so.
Most of them. If you die here, you have to go. If you die here, you have to go back to the beginning of this section of the stage.
No.
Not right beforehand. Nope.
Casey's spine eliminated when sitting. It's because I have scoliosis, and it really affects my back. Plus, I'm not sitting on a really great chair, but
It's not for lack of trying. I just don't have that many office chairs laying around the house.
yeah.
Not a lot of room in my place. So as you
But
can,
it's fine. I'm still here, chat.
what do you think about that damage output?
Wait, how much damage did you take from that?
If somebody in chat would like to tell me his weakness, that would be fantastic. Because I remember it being thunder,
Is it not?
but I don't know.
We'll try it. Yeah, it's thunder. King seems to be a big fan of X.
Yeah, he does. He does. He definitely does.
Wait, why am I searching it up if I...
Well, we ran out of thunder.
slide?
Uh,
Wait, he doesn't have a health bar? I was looking at the wrong thing.
yeah, nope.
I was looking at the thunder, bar.
Yeah, he doesn't have a health bar. We have to just take out his shield. And then we have to fight him again afterwards. And then we have to fight a third thing where all three of the tanks and King are combined.
I'm searching up his weakness right now.
Yeah, that would be great.
Sorry about that.
Like I said, I've never...
Whoa! Okay. Game being the most fair thing ever.
Yeah, I've never actually beaten this game as Mega Man, and you can see why. I've beaten it as base twice. Once on Game Boy, once on Super Nintendo, on the WiiWare Virtual Console, because I wanted to play the SNES version of the game.
Lightning bolt.
It's just Lightning Bolt for both phases.
Yeah. Wait, I'm just gonna make sure this is the right thing. King wields an axe to substitute the shield that Proto Man.
How much damage to the shield do we have to do? Because that's going to be the biggest deciding factor.
Oh! During the second phase, King wields an axe to substitute the shield that Proto Man destroyed. His weakness for this phase is the lightning bolt, although Tengu Blade is also effective for both dodging and attacking King.
Okay, but we're looking for phase 1.
It does. Oh wait, it does. During the first phase, King cannot be harmed. The player must survive his attack until Proto Man shows up. King will attack by occasionally lowering his shield to launch X-shaped lasers from his chest. It just doesn't. Yeah, it just does not tell me what the weakness is. So you just have to stall for time, is what it is. And destroy a shield, so if we're gonna shoot it.
Well, no, because Proto Man's going to destroy it. If we're stalling for time... Oh, well, there's Proto Man. Ah!
Okay.
There we go. There's Proto Man.
No, you're gonna face me first. It looks like there's
Alright.
no other way but to use this.
Look at my health bar.
No! No!
Yeah, we're waiting.
No.
We're waiting because it doesn't refill. This is why I had the auto health on.
Blues and Kings stuck there in limbo.
Yep.
What's going on? I don't know. Just go with it.
I don't know. Our dialogue is taking forever, and Megaman's zoned out. He's just refilling his health. Hang on, real fast. I got an E-tank to drink.
He's like, wait. I got an E-tank.
I hope everybody's been enjoying this Mega Man retrospective so far. I know the Ultimate Guide is a really good retrospective for the games, but I wanted to show each individual game on its own, just to give people some peace of mind. Channel the energy into a blast. He's gonna overheat and explode.
That's a very bad thing to do, isn't it?
Especially because he's got a nuclear core, but you know.
I'm going to be the ultimate in Big Bang Strike.
It was powerful enough to knock him down and destroy his shield, which was made of Met armor.
Ooh.
So it's pretty powerful.
Is X still stronger than Proto? Considering that Proto Man has a nuclear core.
Yes, X is still more powerful than Proto Man.
Dang.
Nice find? What do you mean nice find? Oh, the health refilling? I knew about that. That's why I had it equipped.
So, Tengu or Thunderbolt?
Well, we're gonna start with Thunderbolt because it stuns him.
Thunder! Somebody better call my boy Luigi.
Oh, and don't worry about... Don't worry about health too much, because we're going to have another cutscene.
Dang, that sucks. Are you not able to slide with that?
Well, that is my slide.
No, I mean, once it's out of energy.
Well, yeah, but it just turns into a normal slide.
Oh, okay, so you can't evade his attacks anymore?
Yeah, I'm just going to have to...
Or just gun it?
I'm just going to have to brute force it.
Question: would the fire be any good here?
I don't know. We're gonna...
This man. What? That should not have hit you.
And dialogue time. There we go. One more boss to go. If you game over at this final boss, you are still back at the beginning of the stage with the King Tank 1. I hate this stage. It is terrible. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. We're gonna speed this up. So how you doing? Are you enjoying the game so far? Just waving. Yeah, question you. That was not a question. Anyways, I knew it was going to take us about 2 hours to beat this game. What's the next stage's weakness? I have no idea. This is how very few times I make it this far in this game. The fact that this is run this well says a lot, especially because I'm scared of this game. Like, this game frightens me. Are you going to play Zero and ZX games too? Yes, I will.
It doesn't tell me.
Oh, it doesn't tell you.
Because it only goes up to, hold on. As he jumps around the room, King will swing his axe whenever the player gets close. You can also perform a dash. That's what you just passed, and then it just goes to other media where. It
well, yeah, because King Tank is a different thing. It's a different thing. You're gonna have to look up the King Tank. Did you saved? Well, it doesn't matter if I saved or not, because I have saved, but it would still start me back at the beginning of King Stage 1.
King Tanku.
King Stage 2. Sorry. Either way, not good. But here we learn that Dr. Wily was actually pulling the strings behind the scenes. He built King to have his own free will, hid out in a hidden part of the castle, and basically kept orchestrating the robot revolution. So that way then, once King had fully taken over, he could brainwash King, Wily would usurp him, and then that would be that. Alright.
One man said, what's a door?
I think it's remote mine for this and the final boss.
That's not the tank, and you know it.
What? That's the bottom part.
It's showing the actual
Yeah.
tank itself, not the Jack King Robo is what it's called.
And the person underneath the mask is Dr. Wily. Exactly. Now you're starting to get it. Dr. Wily's been behind this the whole time. I guess we're just... I still don't know why the cartoon made him German. Ruby Spears...
He looked like Albert.
I mean, his name is Albert.
No, but he looked like Albert Einstein. I know his name is Albert, but it's Albert Wily.
Now they're doing Scooby-Doo. Yeah, speaking of Scooby-Doo, that's the same people who... Jack Ruby and... What's his name? The other one. They created Scooby-Doo for Hanna-Barbera.
Harold Spears?
I don't know. All I know...
It's wave burner and remote mine on the treads. So remote mine on the treads and then just wave burner in general. On the treads.
I know. I wanted to hit that to get rid of it.
OMG, it's Albert Einstein. No.
I mean, that's what he's based on, but nope.
German scientist did the greatest.
Except he's British! That's the thing, Dr. Wily is technically supposed to be like a British-American scientist.
Spy?
Scientist, not spy. I don't know why it came out like that. I'm having a day.
The beginning of... No, wait, you said if you game over.
If I game over, yeah, I've got it.
Hush.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Do you want to save...
No?
No, that'd be a bad idea. And the dude behind this is...
Old Man Jenkins, who we saw at the start of the episode. It's always the guy.
Sigma?
You know what? If it was Sigma in a classic game, I'd
How
have...
terrifying would that be?
Incredibly, especially seeing as we've seen from official media, Wily is terrified of Sigma.
Well, he's terrified of Sigma.
Yeah.
He's also terrified of Bile.
So we have to hit him. Okay. Also, King doesn't want to fight Megaman here. He found out his whole world is a lie. He's not happy.
This boss is just... getting disliked on the boss.
Yeah, I don't like it. This is why I hate this stage. This is why I hate this in particular.
Wait, Clone won't do anything?
I mean, it should at least do some. Nope. Our best bet is just...
Staying alive? Staying alive?
Our best bet is just,
You basically have done damage to him.
I know. Oh boy. Our best bet is literally just to shoot. No, what? Why would I game over?
I don't know.
If I game over, I'm back at King Stage 1.
Okay.
I'm back at the beginning with the tank. And then I have
What
to...
did you say Rush Search does again?
It searches the ground for items. I can use that to hopefully get some items later on. Which is why I'm not really using it right now. Because luckily there's a lot of downtime with this boss. Okay, so have you noticed that I have to use a charge shot?
Yeah. And then on top of that, you have to aim perfectly.
Alright, back under here. Okay, he's gonna shoot it off again. Alright, we're gonna go back because I missed with copy vision. By just an inch. That is BS. Exactly. This is why I don't like this game. Fox and O Wonders. I'm trying not to be negative about this game.
But there's barely anything to be positive about.
Like, the graphics are good, the music's alright, but some things are too much, even for me.
Indeed. Nice.
Zenny made it perfect for the worst part of this game.
Yeah, Zenny, you didn't really miss anything. This game is really bad.
This game is not a good Mega Man game, which is sad because I know somebody, Demure, showed up during this game and was like, "Oh, I want to give this game a shot." And I'm like,
You don't.
No, you don't, 'cause you'll get the wrong opinion about the series.
Okay, what is that platform?
I don't know what it's doing.
I was driving home and had dinner. Oh, you just got back from college. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, lovely.
Is
Glad
that
you.
a giant eye?
Where?
King's head, or is that his helmet?
What, the
On the top where he's in the little pod.
the red dot on his forehead?
Yeah, it kind of looks like an eye.
It's not an eye. It's like a powered gem. Kind of like what Base has.
Okay, you see what I mean?
Yeah, I could see how you could see that tonight.
I forget, like, okay, so I know it's a power gem, but how much does that constitute towards the output of the Robot Master?
See, you remember that that shot of X from Maverick Hunter X when I showed you the OVA?
Yeah.
That
Oh, the one where his
It-
crystal was
when it glowed.
Glue. I mean, I probably would have used the same term. Oh, Gavin.
There we go. From here quickly, this play is going to explode any second. Hello, KE949, welcome. So King's brainwashing is finally done.
Did not grab Proto Man. Skill issue.
So,
Double knockout. Poor bot.
okay, now we're going to save. Poor Bah, yeah, I feel that. Now we have Wily.
I forgot that's not the end of the game.
Nope, one more stage, and they decided to restructure the final stage into both the boss refight and a level and Wily. And all of the bosses come in a predetermined order, unlike the capsule where you get to choose.
I don't like this.
Yeah. No, this just keeps getting worse. You're good, you're good. You're good, Zenny. This is... You know, I feel that. This game really does a number.
Hey, but you know what? It could be worse. A certain game on the Game Boy. Worse.
Oh, what? Oh yeah, it could be Kid Icarus. You're right. You're 100% right.
It could be Myth and Monsters, but at least this one's fair. At least this one's fair.
Nah, it can be.
Okay, to a degree.
So here's 3 pickups right out the gates because you're gonna be drained on weapon energy. Luckily, if I game over now, I'm gonna restart from right here, so that's fine. I don't mind this. This seems a bit more fair. Generally, I would use Thunderbolt against him because that's his weakness. Except,
That's a good thing about learning how to defeat enemies Buster only.
yeah, you can get really good at the pattern. Luckily, Cold Man's an easy boss. He's intended to be the first boss you face. which is actually what those lines are supposed to mean on the thing. If they diverge first, that's the one you're supposed to take. The first 3 bosses are supposed to be the easiest bosses you can take on, which I've seen people do them Buster only and fairly well, but the stages themselves, Cold Man's got the easiest level out of all of them.
Fair enough. Sort of like how I have an easier time with Sheepman over Humpman.
Yeah. So as you can see here,
No.
yep,
Did you interrupt that Yoku?
yep,
This game is expert programming.
I mean, it's smart, better than you being stuck inside a Yoku block. Oh no, we got our own music, trust me. Casey, it's got its own music here.
No, that song is good.
I know.
It gets stuck in my head. I know it has its own music.
The music for this game is fantastic.
I know it is. The music here is amazing.
It's just everything else that's just kind of... Most speedrunners use a zip through these rooms. I don't know how to do those zips, so we're not going to.
Oh, there's that room where they do that crazy zip where they go through the door.
Yep. Luckily, we've got that item that allows us to refill health, so I'm not too worried about that.
How do you think Time Man feels about Megaman? Do you want to fast forward it? How do you think Time Man feels about Megaman rewinding things?
And I say he's probably cursing at me for speeding up and rewinding things. But you know, this game does not deserve mercy. It doesn't give the player mercy.
Nope.
Alright. And there's that reminder that you can only use one of the equipped items at once. And I chose wrong, because this is Astroman stage. Of course, the stage with Yoku blocks. How could I even forget?
Because Yoku blocks make a very good noise that's very satisfying.
As you can see, the boss does in fact use this clone. We just didn't give him a chance last time.
You didn't give anyone a chance.
I don't want to give them a chance. Everything in this game is evil.
Even the floor?
Yes. So then, we're just gonna stand here. We're gonna farm this enemy until we've got enough weapon energy to take care of the next boss, whoever that is. Oh boy. Yeah, no, Megaman and Bass, it is one of the hardest sequels I've ever played. And I don't recommend it. It's a Mega Man game I can't recommend to newcomers, and veterans, I say beware.
It's a challenge there if you want it, but it's not a good one.
I mean, it's a challenge. I'm not gonna say it's good or bad, but I don't like it. Some people like it. Speedrunners find this game fascinating, but no. I don't want it.
So do people who speedrun freaking Cat Mario.
Zenny says, what even is this area? This is the final castle stage of the game. The final level. This game does not like players. It doesn't respect players' time. It doesn't respect the players' bolts. It doesn't even respect the players' money, because this was a budget release on Super Nintendo in the year, like, 1998. So, like, the PlayStation was out. In fact, Mega Man 8 was out.
PlayStation come out in 97.
97. Oops, okay. Oh well. Oh, look! Enemies in the little in-between, because we have to mimic Mega Man 1 again.
Oh, you.
Oh, look who it is!
Sparkplug Man. Dynamo Man.
Dorcas McDorcas.
Buzz Lightyear. He's got the helmet.
Star Command. Anyways,
Stark interfaces.
just gonna place that down real fast.
To infinity and beyond. Says the bottom track.
To infinity and the backyard porch.
With this game.
Oh, great, we're out.
You can still do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, no, we're gonna rewind. We're going to take back at least one of the copy visions that I used, because you know what? I'll take the game over. I'll refill all of this. See, now we don't need any of that. We can just beat the stages however we want.
Yippee!
Yep.
Yay!
Does anybody have any questions about this title?
No, I have no questions at all. That's kind of... Look at him, the poor boy.
Imagine a weakness that doesn't even kill the boss all the way. It still wouldn't have killed him.
Either way, that's still pretty ridiculous. I need some more damage.
Yep. The game, that's for sure. I think you can turn on the fan real fast.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Gets pretty warm in here when we shut the curtain for recording purposes.
I did the big stretch.
And the chat goes wild. It's still Mega Man in base.
Whoa.
Dang it. Let's hope the recording is fine.
Oh, no, it's not. Wait, hold on. That's right, it's delayed. I keep forgetting that it's delayed.
Sorry about that, chat. I hit the button. I hit the wrong button. As you can see, on one of those frames, it doesn't spawn that one. It doesn't spawn that one, so you just jump to your death.
That's dumb. Broken. Record.
Alright.
No, it does smell like
It's not me.
I know it's not you.
I haven't made anything with graham crackers in a while, actually. Alright. Playing card.
Christmas crackers are really good.
Yeah. Because you had to classify that, because didn't your chat go crazy when you said the name of that recipe?
Yeah, I did.
I make this thing around the holidays called Christmas Crack. It's an old recipe from the 1920s, 1930s. And it's pretty good. It's graham crackers, brown sugar, and
Peppermint chocolate.
chocolate, and then whatever you want on top. Generally, I like making it with white chocolate, peppermints. It's usually a pretty good dish. Not like a full meal, of course, but it's good.
It's a very good treat, but don't have it in more quantities than 2 slices.
Yeah, because it's called Christmas Crack because you have to break it apart, and also because it's made with crackers. Old people slang is weird.
I don't know. I really want to learn how to make a fake apple pie.
There's all sorts of good recipes out there. Oh boy.
That one, cook that Truman wants.
Dylan Hollis.
Yeah, Dylan Hollis. I like the videos they make.
Yeah, they do a lot of really interesting, like, older recipes.
Yeah.
Worth a check out. Alright.
There's like a lot of, like, you know, random things that you can make at home that I didn't know you could do.
Yep.
I didn't know you could make, like, ranch at your own home.
Yeah, you could do any sauce at your own home.
I didn't know that.
You could ketchup. Very few products that are on the shelves there are very few products that you can't make at home. Like, you can make a Twinkie at your house. And it'll taste better.
Sponge cake.
Yeah.
And, vanilla cream.
Pretty much.
Should be pretty simple to make.
Yeah, it's incredibly easy.
I like sponge cake though. It's really good. Sponge cake as well.
Most cake is pretty good. Alright.
Nice sponge is really good. Type of cake that has condensed milk on
Make a lot of things with condensed milk. I have a can of condensed milk I still need to use.
it. Well, that's the thing about tres leches cake. Aside from the cake being soaked with it, it has it on top of it as an ingredient.
Here's where ice will come in handy. Enough about recipes and stuff we're making at the house, because...
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bore chat with my stuff.
No, I think chat was just gonna start being like, wait, you can make all this stuff? And then gonna start...
Woo, says Fluffy Zenny.
Yeah, this is... peak game right here.
This is worse than the time I played Megaman Ace. Says the bottom tab.
I'm sorry.
It was a joke.
I know it's a joke, but still, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this actually is worse. This boy says they're gonna go. Good night, later. Catch you later. I'm sorry if this has been a bit dull.
So why is Dynamo week 2 of clone?
Mostly because it helps take out these barriers. And also because, I don't know, there is no good reason. He just is. And And even then, he doesn't take any more damage from it. It just helps take care of the barrier.
Fair enough.
He actually takes more damage from the Buster. But with the clone out, you'll hopefully take less damage because you can avoid him you can focus on avoiding him instead of just dealing damage to him. Anyways, we've made it this far in. I'm sure we can do it. I'm sure I can get done with this.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Wave burner, underwater. I'm just gonna wait for my health to refill so we don't have to take too much damage from Fireman. For my Pirate Man, sorry. Oh, right. Oh. Sorry this game is taking way longer than it should have been.
Well, it is a difficult game. I'm waiting for that 1% chat to be like, hurry up before Megaman drowns.
He's a robot. Doesn't need to breathe. He's got a simulator breathing.
I used to live to used to.
I mean, they still make him.
What happened?
Okay. Casey's wondering what
Casey's
happened.
taking it personal. Twinkies make some very interesting variant flavors.
Doesn't mean they're always good.
I prefer the classic Twinkie sponge cake with vanilla. Really yummy. Ding.
Yeah, it pushes them out of the way. Which is something that if you didn't know up to this point, the game doesn't really tell you.
I was gonna say magic card.
Magic card, or, you know, just take the damage and deal with it. Which is what I'm choosing, just to get a move on, because I feel like I've wasted enough of the audience's time with me just standing around and trying to heal.
Oh, I see. Stream was delayed for a bit, but I'm back to the present. Back to the future.
Back to the future. Weird. Odd.
I made a funny. I'm not gonna lie. Burner Man gives me roughly vibes.
I could see it.
I think it's its helmet design and its armor. 88 miles per hour mowing. Nice.
There's that.
Let me see, how many is that? 5?
4.
4?
Yeah, because we did Cold, Astro, Pirate, Burner. Cold, Astro, Pirate, Burner.
Dynamo.
Oh, Dynamo. We did do 5.
I thought I was going crazy.
I feel like I'm going crazy. And this is the first checkpoint of the game, of the stage 2. That's not,
How are you doing, Megaman?
I'm just gonna blink. I think he's having a day. Wiley's at it again. King is probably destroyed. And he's not happy.
That Wiley's plans are realistically far apart.
Some of them are pretty close together, actually.
Really? Like, it's just like, we finally defeated Wiley!
A few of them are within a month's span of each other.
Jeez. Mega Man really can't catch a break.
Mega
What was the
Man,
longest one? Like 5 years?
Mega Man 9 took about 5 years, or a year or so in between. The MV Gaming says I'm not allowed to read that out, but I'm not going to do that. I know this game is really tough, but bear with it, guys.
Oh, now you're stuck. Oh, now we're stuck. Oh my gosh, there's another.
Yeah, Yeah, they always respawn. I just want all the items. Because health right now isn't a big worry. Weapon is the... Because health I can refill at any time by just standing still. So the MV Gaming, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Sorry the Megaman base hurt you.
It hurts me. I'm not even playing it.
You've never played it. I recommend you can skip it. Honestly, King never returns as far as we've seen so far, and yeah.
Isn't there a reference to him in Battle Network?
There's Kingman, yeah. This game is interesting and pretty cool, said Trudon. I don't know how to say that one, but welcome, Trudon. Did you make your VTuber? Yes, I did. I also made the background and everything else on the screen that you see. I did all of the stuff. All of the art assets.
Ornithomimus.
Thank you. But yeah, I made it I made it myself. It's actually my persona that I've had for many, many years, and the suit should be done by May of this year.
It's actually drawn by you too.
Yeah, I did the drawing, the animation, the keyframing for it.
Even that cute little bunny you see there.
Well, that suit's almost done. I've been working on him for better half of a year. Magic card. We'll use the magic.
I still really like Presto's design with the heart on the eye.
Yeah. For those just joining us, it's me and Casey in the same room, so the VTuber avatar is going to talk whenever either of us talk. So.
Sorry.
No. I just want to give the.
Apologizing for the chat.
No, I just want to give them a moment so that way they're like, oh, why is it two voices? That is why. There is your answer.
Yeah, normally I'm on a Discord call, so I can monitor chat a bit more closer. But, you know, I like to join Gavin down here sometimes. So that's what the time.
Casey just hijacks the VTuber for a sec. Yeah.
Guess what, Sonic?
Well, you're not going to be hijacking the fursuit. I'm sure of that.
No, I can't. I'm too short.
Darn straight.
My suit is getting small. I'm starting to outgrow it slightly.
Casey says as she shrinks down, wears stilts to make herself taller.
Stilts.
Oh, come on, I'm just joking. I'm sorry, Casey. It's just a joke.
I'm not short.
Your height deficit.
I'm 4 inches above the average height for a male of my age.
Are you?
Yeah, because the average height for I believe average height for Americans is about 5 foot. It's just, as of recently, it's been growing exponentially because everyone's freaking a JoJo character in terms of height.
I mean, I'm not that tall.
You are taller than me, so is Truman. Casey, why? Stilts are good though. I've used stilts before. They're fun. I love stilts. The thing is, I don't need stilts to be tall.
You're right, you need height to be tall.
You cracked more jokes like that, Mr. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry. Oh boy. It's a day. Anyways, as we take down Groundman here. As you guys might have noticed, I don't get any health drops from these bosses, so unlike in other Mega Man games where
I thought you were gonna stand still too.
we will once we get to a safe area.
Fight Club on stream, let's go.
There's not gonna be a fight on stream.
Yeah, if anything, I do not wish to harm Gavin in any sort of way. Except for emotionally during the Mario Party.
Oh yeah, that's a
given.
That's a given. That's an everyday sort
At least
of
you're
thing.
not Truman during Rockboard or
Oh yeah,
Mario Kart.
Rockboard is that'll be fun when we get there because I plan little baby booba Casey.
I'm not a baby.
Shit.
No. No, I was thinking of the X thing. Little baby boobot. I think that's what...
Big boy.
Big boy.
And that's what they're going for, yeah.
I think that's what Fox knows going for, is the Terminal Montage Megaman X video. Which he's done 2 of, by the way.
Yeah, he did Storm Eagle, right?
Yeah, he did a Storm Eagle thing from the manga. Which I thought was really cool, because, like, nobody knows about the mangas and stuff. I actually covered the... Speaking of the mangas, I covered them in the Ultimate Guide to Mega Man.
Technically, now that I think about it, why did you do that?
I just wanted to double check. Anyways, we're gonna refill on health.
Technically, if you really think about it, Gremlin Casey, or the Yiddle form, is technically that.
Yeah, you can see it. I can see it.
Yiddle baby Casey.
We're gonna...
I'm a big boy.
You're a big boy.
I can do this, I'm a big boy. Not a big enough boy to do that. He just throws it behind me. JonTron is so quotable with video.
There's gonna be so many really stupid big girl. I like how they're spelling it.
Big girl.
You're quite loud. Oh boy.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
It's because I still have that spit on my throat from when I was coughing earlier.
Oh boy.
And I'm like trying to get it out of there, but also trying not to die at the same time.
Okay, so we want remote mine for this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send Eddie down.
Oh, he's got a little jetpack.
That was not helpful, Eddie. That was mostly bolts.
What am I gonna do with those? Buy something?
We're at the end of the game, Eddie. Okay, Rush, can you give me some weapon pickup? That's a hat with the American flag on it. Can you give me a weapon pickup, Rush? That is a tuna can, Rush. Can you give me a weapon pickup, Rush? Bolt, okay. Weapon pickup, buddy. Weapon pickup. That was hard. Weapon pickup, please. He's the funniest dog you've ever seen, right next to Scooby-Doo in whatever the hell that...
He's Scooby-Doo, what do you mean?
Oh my god, he gave us a 1-up.
Can you blame him for that?
I can't blame him for that one, but like, God bless the pup. He tried. Alright, Eddie, weapon pickup. Okay, we're saving you for the boss.
No, even better. Megaman just grabs him by the head and chokes him at the boss as an attack.
We're just gonna chuck Eddie at the boss. Okay.
Oh my god, I don't think I've laughed so hard on one of your streams in my life.
Punt him. I'm not punting the dog. We're gonna punt Eddie.
No, Eddie!
We're gonna punt Eddie, not the dog. Okay? Cool. That is the game plan for the boss.
Sorry for laughing so hard. It's so lovely. It's just so funny. Just imagining that, I can hear like the thunk of Mega Man's boot hitting Eddie.
There we go. Now that is how you. That is how you
That is
do.
how you serve and protect.
Now then, some people drop a remote mine up there. I can't.
Why do you not have the energy for it?
I do not have the energy. Plus, I didn't shoot it fast enough. As you can see, that doesn't do a whole heck of a lot of damage.
The bottom text says, I hated the Wily machine and the Wily capsule.
Okay, that one I'm going to show you guys a cool trick for.
When they get to it?
It's called, it's literally the next game.
And the next game is Challenge of the Future.
No, actually, that was the one before this. because I'm playing them in reverse. That did not help.
I'm just gonna need my inhaler after this.
So we're still punting Eddie at the boss, right? Like, that's...
Yeah, we just started that.
I think you should use Eddie when he disappears to see if he can give you any.
I did.
Oh. Wow, Eddie gets used so quick.
Yeah, he only has 2 uses.
Really? Okay, fair.
Okay, that's not going to be useful. Thunderbolt! So just get rid of them.
No damage.
No, but help me avoid stuff.
Hey.
That was not worth it. I could have just avoided that.
Wait, do you need a charged up shot for this?
No.
Would clone be good?
No, because clone doesn't move. I probably could have just avoided that one too. Let's see if I can.
Just jump.
Come on. There we go. Now we're gonna slide over here.
What's happening?
The game is this.
Purgatory?
You were saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
The boss here is being an absolute jerk.
Don't be sure. How are you rewinding time?
This
and
is-
defeating the
this-
DLC character.
No. This is a feature of the emulator that I am using. This game is very mean, and I feel it is useful, as well as to the. Also, to go along with that, Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 had rewinds.
Not only that, we don't want to keep you guys here for like 4 hours. We're
Yeah.
Trying to beat one boss. Ow, that had to hurt.
Oh, what, Wily?
Did you see, he landed straight on his tailbone.
I'm sure it did.
Xavier says, I'm surprised you met one of my friends. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing quite well. I'm glad this is over. I get to show off Base now, and then we can move, and then we can end the stream. Because Mega Man and Base is really a mean game, and I don't like it.
Foxino says Mega Man sliding into those DMs.
Punt? Yeah, sure. We'll punt Dr. Wily. But at the MV Gaming, welcome to the channel. I think you might have been here before. Oh boy. So this Hitoshi Ariga, there you go. That's one of the all 3 of those guys.
Origo worked on this?
Yeah, that was Burnerman's creator.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, yeah. So King made it out alive and has decided to find a new purpose in life by helping robots find new purposes. So essentially, if a robot doesn't have a purpose, he can go up to King and he'll try to help find a new purpose for them so they don't have to be scrapped.
And then in 9, that law was passed about.
Yep, and you can learn all about that in our Mega Man 9 stream or the Ultimate Guide to Mega Man Part 1. And, but King here wishes to challenge Mega Man again someday, and hopefully it'll be in the next Mega Man game, because I am tired of King. I'm tired of this game just showing up. This translation's from 2002. It's not a bad translation. It's not a great translation. I'd love to see another team tackle this.
I find it funny that King wrote in a letter, but I feel like that's something very formal that King would do.
The bottom text, he's bowing. Tired, ancient, and crumbling, said Zenny. Okay. We only got 27 out of the 100 CDs. However, we're finally done with that. But I did promise. Do blind people think that's a question that I don't have an answer to. So we're gonna boot up the file here with bass, and I'm gonna show off what bass can do differently. So in the shop, we actually have fewer items because he doesn't get the hints from roll. He actually talks to reggae over top of this, and he's got gospel here. Okay, we've already got gospel.
Gospel is a good boy.
Don't be greedy. Okay, we've already got that. And we'll grab that. So I'm not gonna beat the game again as bass. We've already beaten it once. I'm done. I'm good. But I am going to show off bass's moveset here because it is a little different than what you'd seen in Mega Man 10. So, for starters, we have a rapid-fire shot that cannot go through walls. This shot is weaker than Mega Man's Buster. He has a double jump, and he has a dash. Which...
Wait, but isn't Bassnium stronger than Solar Core?
It is stronger than the Solar Core. Thanks for pointing that out. However, since Bass has put his fire into DPS, damage per second, he actually gets no real benefit.
So he is weaker than Mega Man.
Because, so essentially, this would be a full charge shot. That's a full charge shot. That's 4 shots. But since there's invincibility frames, you're never going to land with all of them. To go along with this, we have the Gospel Boost, or Treble Boost, which allows them to combine.
Like the adapter?
And we have the 3-shot and flying abilities. He gets all the same weapons as Mega Man. However, when it comes to his items here, which I can't hit the right button, because I'm so used to the Game Boy, we actually have... So, this one increases the attack power, that's the one that we already have on. And this one weakens the shot. However, we can shoot through walls. Here's what the shot's going to look like naturally. However, with his double jump, with Bass's double jump and the dash, it actually becomes... It makes most of the platforming trivial in this game, but it allows you to get more CDs. His dash is not a slide, so his hitbox is in fact the same as his standing hitbox when he's sliding. It's just wider, which is part of the reason why bosses take longer to beat with Bass.
You know, it'd be pretty cool. Like, a game that has haptic feedback with a controller, where you could feel, like, the pulse of Bass's Buster.
That would be quite interesting to see.
Because it would be different for Bass and Mega and Carno. Because they all have their own unique and individual cores.
Speaking of cores, Bass has the variable weapon system as well.
Disco.
Copy vision. Just to showcase a few of the weapons before we finish up here. This took us nearly 3 hours.
Let's just end it at that.
I think that's the best way to summarize this game, is with the death animation, honestly. If you're playing this game, play the Super Nintendo fan translation. Don't play the Game Boy Advance version. Or however Capcom's decided to re-release it next, because right now there's no good way to play this game, and it's not a great Mega Man game. If you're looking for a starting point in the series, this is not it. So if you're just now joining us, want to check out the series because you thought the gameplay was cool, go start with Mega Man 11, or go pick up the Legacy Collections. They're all on sale. You can get Mega Man 1 all the way through ZX Advent. Word. One
just does all the
side games.
Yeah.
People keep talking about that, and that would be a really cool thing.
It's just
I don't know. Either way,
they have to talk a lot in Nintendo for that one.
not really.
They wouldn't.
No. Their IP.
Fair enough. I don't know how that works.
I'll explain.
I'm still a young and inexperienced lass.
I will explain that later, but that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, drop a like, helps out with the algorithm. You can follow me on Twitter at GavinDragonYT. Once this video gets done processing, there will be stuff on your screen to click on. We should be back possibly tomorrow, if not the next day, with Megaman 8, so we can, have a positive game this week. If you wish to donate to the PayPal link below, it's also on your screen. You can do that. We have a Discord down there in the description and a Telegram art group if you liked any of the art on screen. But that's it. I've been your humble host, Gavin the Kitty, and I'll see you guys later. Good night, everybody.